What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and the news we got today about Ghost of Tsushima is absolutely incredible, and we had to talk about it. The video game sales, the October download numbers are amazing for Sucker Punch and fans of Ghost of Tsushima, and what that means is that there are some people that are going to be very upset about this, specifically Naughty Dog and stans of The Last of Us Part 2, who do not want Ghost of Tsushima to do well, because it threatens them, even though I've said all along, Ghost of Tsushima will have better legs than The Last of Us Part 2 because they gave their fans exactly what they wanted. So many people love this game, whereas Last of Us 2 tricked people into buying their game and they betrayed so many people in their audience. So we're going to talk about that today. And you can see right here from Benji Sales, and I'm not using my Twitter account right now because I got suspended for calling someone what they are. So that is what it is. I'll be back soon. Bweezy Bird tagged me in this. That is the reason I saw it this morning. Thank you very much, Bweezy Bird. You're the man. This is from Benji Sales. October best-selling games on PlayStation Network. FIFA 21, number 1 in both USA and Europe. Strong debut for Star Wars Squadrons. But the most important thing right here. Great Ghost of Tsushima legs. Number 6 in the United States. Number 9 in Europe in its 4th month after release. That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely phenomenal for Ghost of Tsushima. And we're going to show you exactly why and just how impressive that is, especially compared to The Last of Us Part 2. Like I said, I've been saying it all along that I truly felt like over time, Ghost of Tsushima was going to catch up to Last of Us Part 2 in terms of game sales because it just has more playability. And with the release of Legends, the ridiculous multiplayer that they released online, the online co-op, the raids that are happening now for absolutely free. It is insane, the fact that this is a free update, and Sucker Punch continues to give their fans exactly what they want. So before we get to these sales numbers, just let me remind you, people like Skillup, like what he said here, for real, Ghost of Tsushima Legends is a better, more complete, more functional, and more fun looter game at launch than Anthem, Fallout 76, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, or Avengers. I mean, just effing think about that. And Sucker Punch all along the way has given consumers so much value and so much enjoyment out of this game. It's not a surprise that it keeps selling so well. So these are the numbers that he is talking about. This is PlayStation Store October's top downloads. We get these numbers a little ahead of the actual sales numbers for the entirety of the industry. So this is a predictor of what we will see there. And take a look. In its 4th month after release, Ghost of Tsushima, 6th in the US, 9th in the EU. Nowhere on this list is Last of Us Part 2. And in fact, Last of Us Part 2 hasn't been there in quite a long time. But let's do some comparisons, shall we? And why I think this is such a big deal. Let's go back to June. June, when Last of Us Part 2 was released. It was its first month of release. To no surprise, it was number 1 in Canada and in the EU. That shouldn't come as a surprise because it was the most highly anticipated game, maybe of the entire generation, coming down to the end of it at least. So what did we see in July? In July, Ghost of Tsushima comes out, takes that top spot away. Also, not a surprise. A little bit of a surprise, quite how much they sold, but not a surprise that it was able to take first. Last of Us Part 2 fell all the way down to 5th in the US and 10th in the European Union. This is only 1 month after their release, and this is on Ghost's initial release date. Again, this is July. Let's go to August. Right after that, Ghost of Tsushima only falls down to 3 and 4 instead of 5 and 10th. So you can see it's already tracking better. It's tracking on the charts better and staying ahead of where The Last of Us 2 went down to. Where's The Last of Us Part 2? Oh, that's right. It fell off completely. Not there anymore after only the 2nd month of release. Pretty embarrassing, wouldn't you say? Well, what about we go further? Ghost of Tsushima falls down to 12th. So in danger of potentially falling off. There's still no Last of Us Part 2, of course. That's done. It's dead. Forget about it. People hate that fucking game. And now it's climbing back up the charts with the release of Ghost of Tsushima Legends. Ghost of Tsushima continues to track better and have better legs than The Last of Us Part 2. People refuse to believe me when I said that this was going to happen, but it's happening in front of our very eyes. And it shouldn't come as a surprise. When you give people something like this, when you give people something that is so beloved, a 9.2 user score, despite a couple Last of Us 2 fanboys trying to bomb it, because almost all of the negative reviews for this game are from people who gave 10s to The Last of Us Part 2. That's the only reviews. We did it. We showed you evidence here on this channel as it was happening that that's where the review bombing was coming from. But it doesn't matter. It didn't have any real impact. Whereas The Last of Us 2 completely split. And they required review bombing positively to get this thing back up. Absolute embarrassment for Naughty Dog, the fact that this game fell off the face of the earth because you lied to people. Once people found out what your story really was, they left. Once you showed them that you had disrespected the fan base, that you didn't care what they wanted, you said, if you don't agree with us, you're an ist, you're a foe, don't buy our game. Well, guess what? They're not going to, Neil Cuckman. And even now, look at this. Best Buy, Black Friday deals. Last of Us Part 2, $30. What about Ghost? That released right after that. $40 for Ghost of Tsushima because they know people are still buying this game, even on Black Friday. $10 more for Ghost of Tsushima than Last of Us Part 2 because, simply put, there are still stacks and stacks and stacks of Last of Us 2 sitting everywhere right now, at Best Buy, at Target, at Walmart. It's rotting on the shelves because people did not buy it, where Ghost of Tsushima continues to be in demand. What an absolute embarrassment for Naughty Dog. And even now, after Last of Us 2 Day, and Neil Druckmann came out and said, yeah, sorry, we didn't give you any updates, but it's coming. We promise, guys, about the multiplayer, the factions mode that everyone has been wanting, that they haven't said anything about. Still no update on that. We'll see when it comes out, or if it even comes out. As they're doing that and continuing to disappoint, haven't said anything about a potential upgrade to 60 FPS, what do we get from Ghost? Ghost of Tsushima will run at 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5. Every step along the way, Sucker Punch has shown that they respect the consumers, they respect their fans more than Naughty Dog. That's why they are being paid off for it. That's why people are continuing to buy their product and enjoy their product. They weren't lied to, they weren't disrespected, they weren't told to go fuck off by Neil Druckmann. They embraced the criticism, and they continued to do everything they could to make the customer happy. The exact opposite of what we got from Naughty Dog. And I hope this is good things for Ghost of Tsushima in the future. I hope it continues to sell well, that people continue to play this game, they continue to add free content to this game, and it eventually will, my prediction will come true, and it will surpass The Last of Us Part 2. Maybe if we could ever get the real numbers of sales Vice shipped, maybe it already has, but I guess we'll just have to wait a long time till we actually find that out. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Make sure you smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.